Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I was going to play around with the debossing tool. So let's jump in. I thought I would play around with this Easter egg because it has a bunch of different layers. You can see over here on the layers panel. And what I want to do is change this from a basic cut to a deboss right here. And then when I change it to deboss, it changes everything to this black color. And I don't necessarily want to use all of these because I feel like some of these they're just going to go over each other, go over these lines more than once, and some of these other lines they won't. So I am going to play around with, I am going to ungroup these, and then I'm going to select a layer, and then I'm going to go down to the contour button in the bottom right, and where I see where it's kind of double dark, I am going to contour some of those out. So here, and I'm just going to play around with these and see what this does. Okay, see, I like that better. See how down here at the bottom it's a double circle, and here on top it's a single. So then I'm going to go through each layer and figure out which ones I want to contour out and which ones I want to keep. And then I am going to use the deboss tool and put this on some cardstock and see what happens. Alright, I have gone through the different layers of this particular Easter egg, and I have contoured out the things that I don't want to print. So you can see here the things that are highlighted are the ones that are cutting and the other ones are hidden. So now I am going to put this out onto the machine. Alright, I have the image the way I want it, so I am going to turn on my machine and I will hit the make it button. Alright, so this is about, it's about 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And it's going to deboss. You can see over here it says deboss. And then I'm going to hit the continue button. Alright, so for the deboss, it really limits you know, what paper you can use, but you can override that. So I'm going to pick browse all materials, and I'm using medium cardstock, so I'm going to type that in. Oh, and you also, instead of compatible, change to all materials. Well, why is this not letting me do it? Ah, there we go. Heavy cardstock. That's what I selected. Okay, so I've selected heavy cardstock, and I'm going to do more pressure. And then here it tells you that you need to load in the fine deboss tip, and it has a number 21 on it. And this is part of your quick swap housing tool. A tip I want to point out is depending on what action you have selected, whether you're doing deboss or cut or engraving, the Cricut, especially with the Cricut Maker, it will suggest to you what materials are compatible for the activity that you're wanting to do. So that is why when you click on Browse All Materials, it defaults to this compatible section, and it shows you, hey, these are the materials that you can use the debossing tip on. And if you click on all materials, you can see there are a lot of these that are grayed out. You cannot select them. And the reason that they do that is because they are telling you that this deboss tool will not work well with these. Take light cardstock, for example. It could possibly put a hole through or tear your light cardstock, or you won't get a good image on your on that particular material. So I just kind of wanted to show you, you know, it does tell you what tool materials you can use depending on the tool that you're using. So here is the quick swap housing tool, and I'm going to push this button here to remove this blade, and then here is the debossing blade, and you can see, here that it has a 21 on it. They've labeled all of them, and then you just line up these openings here to where they align, and then it snaps on. So now you have your debossing tip. You can see that it's just this little bump that's on the end of this, and then you'd put it into the clamp B, the second clamp, and then you're ready to go. So here is the machine doing a deboss. We'll see how it comes out. So here is the debossing. I don't know if you can see it in this light. It's an Easter egg. It actually turned out really cool. I hope you like this video showing you all how to use the debossing tip. I think this is a really cool feature. I think it would look really neat on different cards. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut it into a tag, and this egg will be on the base of the tag, and then I'll kind of decorate it up. But I just think that's kind of a neat to have a little bit of texture on your projects, whether you're making journals or, you know, cards to give folks. Anyway, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you have not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. And for all those that you have subscribed, thank you so much, and I will see you all here in the next video.